Hey guys, it's Super here. So today's Monday and we have 2 new events and we also have some additional stuff coming this week which we'll talk about. So first off, we have the Spirit Beast Cultivation, we have Dazzling Maul, and we also have double Guild Boss drops. So double Guild Boss drops, let's talk about this first and go through it really quick. So obviously this is a really simple one. You just simply get double the rewards of your Guild Boss fights, and you can see over here that it's super straightforward, right? Whatever you drop normally, you simply get 2 times of it. So one thing you need to take note is that if you're not doing level 4 normally, you should always spend your gems to buy the extra stamina to complete it. So the reason for that is with double Guild Boss drops, you get 200 gems, and buying 1 additional stamina costs you only 150. So that means that spending gems on this extra stamina actually gains you a bonus 50 gems alongside all the additional rewards you will get or have a chance to get. So let's just do this real quick. So I always do my Guild Boss level 7, and now I finally reach a stage where for the most part I can pretty consistently get at least 6 million damage. So yeah, you can see I can reach the threshold over here. So I do level 7, level 6 and level 5 by default. And then during double Guild Boss event, like as I mentioned, it's always worth to buy the extra stamina to do level 4 as well. You can also opt to do level 7 addition. If you can do 6 billion in 1 stamina, you can also opt to buy 1 extra stamina to hit 12 billion. This is a net gem loss, because you can see here you're dropping from during double Guild Boss event actually it's a gain, but when it's not during the double Guild Boss event, you can choose to gain less gems but have a guaranteed chance for Echo Rune and additional resources. So if my math is correct, you can see that by going from 6 billion to 12 billion damage, you gain an additional 100 gems, and during the 2 times event, it's an additional 200 gems, which actually means that it's worth it for me to spend 1 more stamina to get 12 billion damage over here. And this is really nice for me because this means I have a guaranteed chance for Echo Rune alongside higher chances for everything else. So yeah. By default, at minimum, you should be spending extra stamina for level 4 if you haven't done it already. And then, if you can do 6 billion damage in 1 stamina, you might as well buy the extra stamina to hit 12 billion and more. So we also have Trio Match now, and over here you can see that at 9,000 points, obviously you have to spend money for this. You can get Jingle Bell, and what that also means, as we've already identified in the past through this Echo Summon pool over here, where there's Jingle Bell's Echo, we are getting a Jingle Bell rerun this Friday. Whether you should go for Jingle Bell in basically almost any case, you shouldn't, because she's outclassed quite heavily by characters like Marie now, so she isn't that good anymore. But if for whatever reason you're a collector or something, if you're a spender and you just want every hero, then of course you could get her from this banner. And then on Thursday we will get expansion to 7 Sages of Luli, so we can take a look over here. Currently we are maxed out at level 6, difficulty 6, and they're going to be adding a difficulty 7. So my guess is that it's not just going to be the same as the previous levels where you simply have to deal certain damage to progress to the next level, or whereas all the mechanics remain the same. My guess is that the mechanics are going to change for the boss itself, so don't expect to use the same teams for difficulty level 7. Of course, this is just speculation, but I do believe, based on what they did for things like dungeon stage 41 to 50 and so on, that's probably going to be the case. So today we have the poison one, and let's just get our fights out of the way. So you can see that I actually have Kalana now, but she's not an exclusive tree. So for now, I'll just skip the fight and go to auto, and the damage isn't going to be anything crazy. You can see 3.8 billion. Maybe later, if I have the time, I will re-gear properly, because my characters are geared as well, and maximize the damage. But recently, I've not really cared too much about trying to maximize the damage in 7 Sages of Luli. So, like I mentioned, we do also have the Spirit Beast Cultivation and the Dazzling Maul event, and I'm going to use this to max out my Divine Griffin pet, which I think will be very useful for PvP content, because I think right now only 1 player in my zone has Divine Griffin pet, and I mean that's essentially like a guaranteed win, right? So everyone with Divine Griffin pet will basically beat everyone without it. this is not like necessarily the case, especially in the higher divisions, but at my stage of the game, it's strong enough to kind of just beat everything. So you can see I already got some of the Spirit Beast food over here, and let's just level the Spirit Beast cultivation, right? So we do need 100, and if you aren't a spender, which would be most of you guys, you still can use this over here. You click trial quest and then you can click go, and I can't do it now because the arena is closed because it's just during the reset timing, but you can test one of the Spirit Beasts. Most likely the best options would be the Divine Griffin or the Unicorn, and then just complete 10 fights with the Spirit Beast and you'll get 1 Supreme Rune. This is also a good time to beat the players which you normally struggle to beat. So yeah, you can get your revenge there. Alright, so let's use this delicious beast food. And we also got some random Spirit Beast shards and some random Spirit Beast equipment shards which will open soon. And so this puts us at 95, and let's just get the remaining. Let's see, let's try our luck with just getting 1 here. Okay, so let's just... I'll get the remaining from the free daily gems, right? So we are 96 out of 10, and in 4 days we'll finish it off. And then so for Dazzling Maul, I've made a video covering this before about what things are worth it to get from Noct, and generally for the most part, most things aren't worth it. The only thing which is decent is, I would say, is this Spirit Beast selection chest, and you can see they've actually finally added Divine Griffin to these chests. So I think in the future we will also see Divine Griffin come to the Spirit Beast equipment selection chest. It has not been in any of these chests until now. This is the first one, and this is not a bad deal because by default this chest alone is usually worth around $100, which you can see that's the price over here. And then we are getting some additional bonus stuff, as well as these 20 golden tickets, which you can spend on something else in the store. So I'll get this, get the Divine Griffin from the chest, and now we have this 20 Dazzling Exchange tokens that you can spend on other stuff. And I'm just looking at the store to see what's really worth it, and the main thing I want to get are things which I guess would normally be hard to obtain, right? So the main things which kind of catch my eye is definitely not this, because Penetration Set isn't really used later in the game, but this looks really nice because you get this A3 artifact chest, A5 artifact chest, and a mythic scale. So this is what I'll get using this 20 exchange tickets. And this actually gives me an additional 5, so we can get one last thing, which I guess would just simply be the thing I can buy using these 5 tickets, right? So actually, it's kind of like a chain reaction, right? So I got the 100 one, which gave me 20 tickets. I got the 20 one using the 20 tickets to get 5 free tickets, which means I can get this for free, right? Technically for free, if I only consider what like my original thing I wanted was. So using the 5 tickets here, and this gives me 1 free ticket, which I can use for this last thing. So kind of like a chain reaction, right? And yeah, so that's all. And let's just claim our... Let's remove all these annoying icons. Let's collect the Divine Griffin over here. And then let's just open these Spirit Beast shards and call it a day. So we got the Soul Icefield Ghost and the Miasm Giant Dragon. And then for these, one of these is I'm not sure which one's the Epic Shield pet, but one of the Epic pets, which is the one which gives the shield, is actually pretty decent for early game players. So I'm not sure if I actually got it because I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, it's not bad. And then from the Spirit Beast equipment, we got some decent ones. This direct damage one is not bad. This doesn't seem that good. So yeah, anyway, these shards, like, it doesn't really matter what I get from here because you just accumulate them slowly over time and eventually you have enough to craft one. So you can see over here I'm 51. I have 51 now, and that is enough to craft 1 shard. So what we'll do lastly is, let's see. Okay, yeah, what we'll do lastly is first upgrade our Divine Griffin over here. And let's bring the levels up. So it'll be 5-star very soon. Then, if you didn't know, there's actually also an Incarnate Sanctuary for pets as well. And this one mainly is just from after you max out the Miasm Giant Dragon, which you get for free. So then afterwards you can just put your shards into the Sanctuary. This is, the buffs aren't really that crazy, and it's going to be a very slow process, but I mean, it's better than nothing because you do get a bunch of these poison pet shards for free over time, and eventually you'll get it to 5-star, so at least there's a use for additional shards past that. So yeah, besides that, there's not much left for today. I'm just looking at the events to do one last check, but yeah, there's not much. I think the main thing that we'll have to wait for is Wednesday, where we can see the patch notes, and hopefully there'll be some interesting stuff, and then Thursday, of course, we'll get the 7 Sages of Luli expansion, and when that arrives, we can take a look and see what the bosses are like. So yeah, that's all we have for today, and I'll see you guys next time.